What's up, Blaze? Well, I ate a lot of edibles the other day. So I lost about a day, maybe. Oh, good. Yeah. Lots of edibles. Well, Callie made me a pan of Rice Krispie treats, and I proceeded to eat one whole row of it because it was really good. Then the next day, which was yesterday, I decided to do it again. And yeah, they were really good. Really good. Need to look up some really good talismans. Apparently, I didn't think it through when I went to New Game Plus because you have to beat Radon and what's his fuck Moog in order to be able to go to the DLC. Which means I gotta re-kill those sons of bitches. We'll have to start over a little bit. We have to kill some things. Not really start over, but we do need to kill some things. Yeah, just re-kill. It'll be fast. But yeah, I need to know what talismans I need. I'm just looking at a list of all the talismans. Also, so I'm probably only going to do this game for like the morning here until lunch, and then when Callie comes home for lunch, I'll probably drop off, and then this afternoon I'm going to do an IRL stream because I'm going to monster garage my barbecuer into a rotisserie. Yeah, it's Samurai Dex build pretty much. What I need to get is like, I've got the Bolt Drake Talisman +2. I need to get Flame Drake Talisman plus. Oh wait, there's a Flame Drake +3. Is that in the DLC though? Or if these are DLC? Yeah, those are DLC. That's badass though. There's like even better talisman in the DLC. What's up, Pete? Yeah, dude. Well, I've had this rotisserie thing for a barbecuer for several years, but I didn't put it together very well the first time, I think, and then I was like, yeah, screw this, and I ended up putting it in the garage, and then I lost like part of the bracket for it and shit. So I have to make my own. So I went to the store yesterday and I bought some bolts and some angle iron, and I'm gonna cut stuff and drill stuff and fabricate my own. You guys will get to watch. I want the Flame Drake +2. Where the hell do we get that? The other thing is, a lot of these talismans are going to be back Yeah, it's in Volcano Manor. God damn it. I just have to, like, reopen the whole map. Look what you guys made me do. You said, go to New Game Plus, Cartman. EBT. And then I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then look what happened. Yeah. Gotta do all the things here. Well, and there's a few side quests that I wanted to do. Pissing me off. I wonder if he's in here, though. I think Blythe should be in here to help me. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't talk to him properly. Let me out of here! Shit, I'm gonna have to let this thing kill me. Wait. I swear I talked to him. Oh, I must not have talked to the one dude, though. Hold on. I probably did talk to him, but I don't know.
Wait, well, you're back. The howl.
Oh no, I didn't talk to him about the howling.
Next time you hear the word, don't fret
Yeah. All right, yeah. Yeah, Frosty. I will be live this afternoon putting a bracket thing together and building it for my barbecuer, and then setting it up and looking at it. Something itching my back. Ugh. And then I'll be able to make like rotisserie chicken and rotisserie chicken. Be able to make some cool shit though. Also, when I went to the store, I found these skewers yesterday. I gotta go get them. You gotta see this shit. Hold on. They're crazy looking. They have really expanded the selection of barbecue attachments at the hardware store here in town, and I got me some of these. Basically, you put a bunch of different meat or vegetables, shrimp, whatever, you know, it's like a kebab stick. But it's never going to go bad. I'm never going to burn this to pieces. And I've got 4 of them. They came with 2 in the set, and I was like, I better get 2 of those, and then I'll never have to buy kebab sticks again. And if somebody fucks around, I've got weapons in the silverware drawer, because tell you what, pretty sharp. I think I could stick that into somebody no matter what part hits you. Get this little cow head, stick it in your head. put those down before someone gets hurt. Yeah, those are pretty neat. I'm kind of excited to use those. But yeah, so I've got like the motor and I've got the stick thing, or the metal shaft, if you will, that you put the meat on with the little skewer prong things that go into it, you know. It's just I don't have like the brackets to hook to my barbecuer, but my barbecuer is fairly like well built, you know. It's like there's like a table as part of it. And so I've taken, like, I'm going to take the bolts out of part of the frame and replace them with longer bolts so that I can attach this angle iron onto that part of the frame, and then it'll all just kind of go together. I'll have to show you guys because I can't really probably describe it very well. The wind at? Oh, it's way over there. Could barely see it. Hey, nice jacket. Where'd you get that?
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? The name's Bloody fled somewhere near. Come tell me if you find I can offer you.
Ample reward.
Darrowell isn't in need of a fit.
Right. Now, Darrowell is in here. Yeah. We're gonna go kick his ass. It's cool how you can just drag your blade. Oh. Whoops. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. I will get in here.
Rotting in a cell is no true justice. No.
What's up, Annihilator?
Ends for you.
Grant me strength, flames. I didn't really think I'd have to fight him. He was actually still tough. What about an IRL stream? Well, if you were in here and you heard me talking about it, then you know about it. And if you weren't in here, then how did you know I was talking about it? Or did you just catch the tail end of it? Dun, dun, dun. Wait, what's up here? Whoa, Nelly. I don't think we're supposed to turn around like that. I've never even been up here, I don't think. Starlight Shard? What the fuck do those even do? They seem so important. I think it went to my backpack, though. Oh, I see. Yeah, when you join in, you can see, like, the last 4 comments or something. That makes sense. Holy shit, I didn't realize how close to death I am here. You jicks. But yeah, no, I'm gonna fucking monster garage some shit later. I was saying I bought this rotisserie thing for my barbecuer a couple of years ago, and then I didn't really use it. I think I went, maybe I did use it like one time, I think. And then when I took it all off the barbecuer and put everything in the garage, I somehow lost some of it, like the bracket parts. I think I had cleaned up some shit after a while, and I was probably like, what's this little piece of shit? I don't need this. But I did. Yeah.
Hello? Might I bend your... My name is... The servants there. But I swear, my good father decided himself... The servants have since come forever. I fear it's no different.
Give me the letter, lady.
Taking in my soul, please. Thank you. Then please.
I'm probably gonna try to do like chicken
Remains in the
shawarma.
castle, if you please.
You know, where you take like chicken thighs and put them on the skewer, and then you do like a layer of thighs, then a layer of breast, then a layer of thigh, and then maybe some vegetables between a few layers, and then some more thigh and breast, and you build like a meat mound, a meat pyramid, and then you rotisserie cut it, and after a while the outside edge will cook, and you gotta like slice that off, and then keep keep cooking it, and you just keep doing that until you've like cooked all of it. You're at the fire giant boss? Yeah, he's fucking hard. Need to go. Well, we'll go down here first. Castle Morn. Yeah, it's really good. Well, and that's just chicken. Like, you could do lamb. You can do a lot of different meats. Or I could just do whole chickens until they're cooked. We could do hot dogs. I mean, there's like so many different things. Mighty shot. Oh yeah, we did coconut shrimp last night, and we've got a bunch of those in the fridge right now. I could only eat like 7 or 8 last night. What's up here? I never noticed this place before? I seriously didn't even come up here last time. What is this? Oh, it's one of these sealed towers. I hate that. I think you just have to do an emote in front of it, but I don't know which one. And it's obviously not a mission that I've been sent to, you know, do anything with, so. Coconut shrimp. You've never made that before? Want to see what they look like? Hold on. All right. You can get these at Red Lobster, and I think it's like $15 for about 6 of them. Or you can make them at your house. And have leftovers. Basically, you want to get you a good sized shrimp, and then you got to kind of butterfly it. You want to keep the tail on, but you got to butterfly the shrimp, you know, cut the tail down the middle, not all the way through, but enough that you can press it flat. Then you have to dip these. Well, first you got to run them through like a flour mixture so that they'll take the batter. Then you dip them in batter that's got like Malibu coconut rum and, you know, sugar. It's just a sweet batter basically, but it's coconut flavored because of the rum. And then from the batter, you dip them into a panko with coconut mixture. And then they are breaded in all that. Mm. Mm. They're really good cold. Like, it's sweet. It's a sweet coconut flavored shrimp. I got a whole bag. We usually dip them in like a dipping sauce that's made from sour cream, pina colada drink mix, and a little bit of crushed pineapple. I had to get a glass of water. It is a badass day outside. I don't know. I was in the garage yesterday, and I looked at my gold panning equipment, and I thought, I'm starting to get the gold bug again. If I can hop up there. Ugh. Oh. The great turtle shell. Yeah, Blaze, I have a spot I go. The problem is it's such a hard hike that I only like to go there about once a year. It's fucked. It's hard and it's really dangerous. And you don't really find a lot of gold either. You could, you know, I could go down there and find myself a gold nugget. I keep telling myself that too. But I probably won't. I won't find shit. I have some home projects too. Like on the front of the house, I would really like to do like kind of like a new like an awning almost up over our what's it called? Up over our sidewalk. You know, out there on the front of the house. The sidewalk comes down off the porch and it runs right in front of the house, but there's nothing covering that sidewalk. And so in the wintertime, the snow gets pretty bad on that sidewalk, and it's annoying. I also have like an exterior like heat pump thing, this AC, you know, Mitsubishi heating and cooling unit that's down, or it's out there on the front of the house, and it gets kind of dumped on with snow and ice as well. And so I would like to just totally, you know, cover that area so that I don't have to deal with that so much. But I will have to take, you know, some of the like trim and fascia off the front of the house there, and then like tie into the rafters, keep the angle, you know, add a 3-foot by 20-foot section to the front of the house, and then put a bunch of tin on top of it, because that's what's already there. Yeah, except for gold is where you find it, and so I'm not going to go somewhere where I don't find it and try to find gold, because I'm just going to be down there working out. I have thought about doing some stuff down at the creek, though, like going down there and I'm going to like use the rocks that are down there to build like walls and shit. Just like build some crazy shit out of rock. It's just you gotta keep the like the weight of the snow in mind, you know, and you don't really know, like some winters are not that bad and then some are really bad, so it's just hard to calculate for, I guess. I would hate to add a piece like that and have it get ripped off or something. Work guard, now die.
There's a face I've not seen before. I'm Edgar, but you can see menial. They gave me good foul. I'm sorry, but whatever, you can't take this. Like,
A sacrificial twig.
I
Deliver the letter.
but I can't, even if the cow is sure.
Yes, yes. Yes. I think I'll leave this guy alive this time. Yeah, we get some pretty bad winters where there'll be so much snowfall that some of the businesses and even the school and stuff will be paying volunteers to come down and shovel. You know, you could make $15 an hour, maybe $20 an hour shoveling roofs. It sucks. It's not fun, you know. But that's pretty good money though. Those are the stupidest shit in the world, Blaze. Don't ever let anybody talk you into buying those, ever. Unless you want to waste a bunch of money having them reinstalled every year. Like my neighbors across the street over here have them, and what ends up happening is the snow melts where those coils are, and then water runs off their roof, and it turns into an actual column of ice. Like the water hits the ground, freezes, and then builds up to be an actual freestanding column that eventually meets the icicle coming off the roof, and they end up with this huge pillar of ice right there under this main corner. And you can tell that corner of the roof is getting significant water damage every single year because of this. And then the rest of the snow, like a couple of inches of snow on top of those coils, is a buffer area that basically makes it to where it turns to ice and then just more snow. They literally do nothing. Like and then, well, the other thing is my neighbor on the back side of me, he got them put in one year, and the snow slid off his roof because of those coils, and so did the coils. They went right with the snow, and then that shit was all hanging off the side of his house the next spring, and he had to have them thrown back up there. And then I think the same thing happened the next year, and then he just didn't have them put back up. Like they're just, I don't know. That's the shit that I don't know. It's like it's a good idea in theory, but it doesn't work out when you actually do it. Yeah, it makes things worse, really. Like, I'd rather just have snow on my driveway than fucking ice, too. Yeah, it's a gimmick, dude. I think it was invented by somebody that doesn't live in the frozen part of the world, I guess. They don't live here. So they were like, yeah, that would be a really good idea. Only it wasn't. And I think, you know, if you don't live around that sort of shit too, you probably would think it's a really good idea. It's just, fortunately, tis not. How do I get down there? yeah, it's right over here. I saw a video this morning that was fucked up. It was this family that's like suing this funeral home and the funeral directors and shit because they were bringing their loved one to the cemetery and the pallbearers were carrying the guy over to the hole, and the fucking funeral director or whoever, the funeral home, had dug this hole to be like 3 times wider than it actually needed to be. And they had just covered the extra wide part of the hole with a sheet of plywood. And so, like, all these big dudes and the casket and everything fell into the grave. And, like, one of the guys got knocked out by the casket and was, like, face down in the freaking mud. What's up, Stealthy? Yeah, in the South they have a lot less. Yeah, caskets are freaking heavy, dude. That would suck. Yeah. Yeah, they're lucky no one died. Well, I looked at it and I was like, why'd they dig the hole so big? It's not necessary. Like, from what I've seen with that sort of thing, it's like the frame that they use to lower the coffin is stuck in the hole, and it's sitting there on the edges of the hole. So you walk in, you place the coffin on this, you know, on the straps and stuff for the frame thing, and then it lowers it. But this was like, the hole was huge, dude. It must just be a nice day in the whole U.S. because, man, it is glorious out there right now. Like, I've got a window cover on the window, and it's just like a fucking spotlight over there. It's so bright. Ow, you son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Next week will be 70s. Oh, good. Uh-oh. Pissed him off. Shut up, jellies. Oh, they're all pissed off. I have to go fight this guy. It's 39 degrees out there right now, and I will definitely be out there in shorts and a t-shirt. In the sun, it feels like it's about 75. Like, it's great. Yeah, the bird farm's pretty good if you're mid-level Logie. Like, if you can't deal with the frickin' the creatures or whatever, the dudes. Birds the best. up, bird. But if you got the sword of 1,000 truths, and you know where it is in your inventory. I can probably level up once. Let's see. Nope. Not yet. It costs 396,000 for me to level up. Probably in the lower 48 Annihilator. I bet where I live is one of the coldest spots. Alaska is probably way colder, though, but obviously, because they're like many degrees further north. They're pretty much in the Arctic Circle, you know? Yeah, I think, well, Idaho's right next to us. They probably get fairly cold. Actually, you know, going west, like if I drive to Spokane, Washington in the dead of winter, the winter feels milder going west. If I drive east, though, towards Helena or like central, you know, center of the state, that's where it's even colder. Like you get out there, see, where I live in Montana is kind of like one of the lowest parts of the state. So elevation-wise, we're not that high up. We are surrounded by mountains that are very high, though, and so you can see the snowfall up there. But down here in the valley, like, you won't get it for, you know, like in the fall, you can see the snow start to hit the mountains, and you can watch that snow line move like day to day, but it will sometimes take weeks or even months before it actually gets down to us. Yeah, this last winter was fairly mild, though. All right, what was I doing? I killed the one dude. We could try to go into... Well, no. We go into the college. I got the key, I think. The key! Well, and you know, it's like over 50% of the Canadian population lives in like the big cities that are pretty much right there near the Great Lakes and stuff. I can't remember what all cities they are. It's like Toronto, you know, there's a bunch of them right there in one like cluster basically, and that's where over half the population of Canada lives pretty much, and they live further south than I do. Somebody had to show me that on a map before I would believe it. I was like, no way, dude. because it doesn't sound right. You think of Canada as being north, but a lot of Canada is actually not. It's not that north. It's not that far north, man. That'd be cool, Blaze. Yeah, there's a lot of outdoorsy stuff we could do out here. And it's this time of year that you can do it. There's a lot to do in the winter, but summer is so much funner, man. You can just do everything pretty much. Yeah, you may be right, Annihilator. It's probably more than 50%. Yeah, I need a sidekick. He's trying to throw the book at me. Oh, you son of a bitch, you hit me. No one was allowed to hit me. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. I think there's some hidden fucking doors in this place too. I forget where exactly, but I know there's like a fake wall somewhere where I can just run. Know it. I know it's here. I don't know where. See, I could not function very well in the South, man. Like, I'm born, or, you know, I'm made for the cold. Looks like an exit or something they're standing in. But yeah, the heat sucks ass to me, because the way I see it, it's like I can't really undress enough for the heat. But when it's cold, I can always just put on more clothes, and I can stay comfortable. If you know how to layer up in the cold as well, like it's easy to stay comfortable. But in the heat, man, there's nothing you can do. It's just hot. Ow, you big bitch. Give me it. Yeah. Google says brain function decreases in the cold. I think that's wrong. I think there's more oxygen concentration in cold air than there is in warm air. And so our brains operate on a higher dose of oxygen than people who live in the South, and that's why people in the North are smarter. Well, and I think we also have to be more resourceful because of where we live. Like, it's not just fucking one season all year round, you know? You have to know how to shovel snow. You got to know how to, like, drive on slick roads. You know, you go down south, if any of those things happen, people are dying. Hey, what's up, Darce? Like, this seems like fake. Oh, look at that. Well, I also heard that down in the South, there's like certain parasites that live in the ground that, because of the warmth, you know, and so if you walk around barefoot, you can get like hookworm or something like that, and it'll like slow your mental processes, and they say that's why a lot of people in the South talk real slow and sound really stupid, because they kind of are. Like, it's not their fault. The brainworms got to them, man. I don't know. I've known some really, really smart people in the South as well, though. But maybe they would have been way smarter if they lived in the North. God damn, this dog is gonna kill me, man! Fuck's sake. Yeah, this is New Game Plus, dude. The dog is... it should be dead. It should have died. I should have killed it. I also didn't buff before I went in there, though, so... Oh, you bitch-ass pirate. Definitely a pirate. Slay everything. No, this time I don't have to grab that chest, so I think I'll be a lot better off. Sounds like they're still shooting at me down there. All right. Fuck. I mean, all I had to do was hit him. Hit him like 3 times, he would have died. Yeah, I was wanting to go to the DLC, but I frigged up and went to New Game Plus instead, and now I have to do it all over again. I want to check some stuff out, though. Like, I wasn't really wanting to explore as much before. The glintstone wet blade. You are relieved. Can't open that. Got this sweet helmet. Although, I don't want it. Doesn't go with the build. Man, I missed a lot of golden seeds on my first playthrough, though. I know I didn't grab that one. Whoa. Okay. Gotta watch out for that sumbitch, too, right there. That thing is danger. Luckily, he didn't see me. Ow! Don't you do it, you bitch. Man, everything is after my ass. Ow. I'm sitting here wondering if I can do Selen's quest after I kill this chick. Okay, so I have to beat Radon. Find Selen in the ruins. Find Azure in Mount Gelmir. Oh, I have to get Comet Azure from him. And then return to Selen, show her Comet Azure, then defeat Radon. But I think her questline only gets screwed up if you finish. What's her face? The other witch, Ronnie's. There's a whole bunch of side quests that I didn't do. There was some I did do, but it was like I didn't finish them.
Where did he flee, my sweetings? Come out from whence he hides. There are books and light aplenty, dither not. Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew?
I swear this is another place I didn't go to before. What the hell is this tower? Test twos rise. I don't know. I've got it discovered at least.
Well, I presume you... Oh, pardon. I I am an old so perhaps. Oh, watch out there when I'm absorbed. If you
Definitely went the wrong way. Yeah. Yeah. I think now I gotta go into Kaled. Need the other half of the Dectus. Wait, the other half is here. Yeah, I'm too powerful now. It's terrible. Terrible.
There you are. Shall we commence the lesson? Is that a very well? I'll be sure to never lose that ink.
Yeah, they are freaky. Freaks me out. Man, I saw a video this morning of this chick. I think she was in Florida. And she was walking her dog. And this alligator come out of nowhere and just took her dog. Like, it had it from about the shoulders up in its mouth. Like, its whole head in the gator's mouth. And this lady jumped on the gator's back like Happy Gilmore. And fucking pried its mouth open. Like she had to get stitches on both of her hands. I was like, damn, dude, that is hardcore. It was on the local news, I bet. It was a couple months ago, I think. But yeah, it's still really awesome. Yeah. You got his eye, well, I got his head. Ow! 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 Don't you do it. Shit, he's following me, man. No, I've never seen that. I'm gonna pit move this motherfucker right off here. Maybe not. Bloody slash. Nice. Reckon I might need that. Watch it, it's really good. Roger. I think I need to go down in that well. Meet Blythe. Maybe. See if he's down. Those masks remind you of the movie. Yeah, it's weird to see or to hear talking and not see a mouth moving.
Valued, please. I'm hungry.
Oh, I've never seen that shield. It's Q. That's why I didn't like the goddamn masks. Oh, here you go. You got me started. You did it. Just kidding. I do think the masks probably caused like a whole generation of developmental issues for kids, though, because there's going to be a whole bunch of kids that were toddlers through that, and they will have problems with, like, I don't know, relationships probably. They'll have problems connecting with people or some shit, I don't know. Or maybe they'll just be like socially fucked because they won't understand facial cues, and I don't know. Just seems like it's gonna be bad. Things are already getting bad. And I think there's a certain level of social engineering going on that's creating all this, and it's like we're just in the starting of this. Like, you know, give it a generation and watch how crazy things get. At the same time, I think we're kind of like, I don't know, stamping down on the crazy a little bit, but I could see it. I could see it exploding out from under our feet in the future. Like, the stuff going on in the UK is insane, dude. They fucking arrested this guy the other day, I'm pretty sure. Because he's like, he can't hear. Like, the guy was like elderly, and I think he had some sort of hearing disability or something. And so he told somebody to speak clearly, and they took that as him saying, speak English. And then they told him that what he said was a hate crime. And it's like, the guy can't hear. Like, how fucking ridiculous is it gonna have to be? They said that they've arrested over 400 people in the UK for fucking social media posts so far. Yeah, it is, Lewis. Well, and I think that's eventually going to be all of Western society. It's like every crazy, weird thing that I see like that will eventually be here, you know? It'll end up in, like, the rest of Europe, then Canada, and then here. This crab is fucking persistent. He's like, you got my eggs, you jerk. Oh, he left. I mean, we've made serious advancements in medical research. And especially in the way we treat people as far as, you know, being patients in a setting like that. So you would think that they would bring them back and, like, just do a better job, you know? I mean, there is a little bit, but it's not like that, you know, it's... Shit, there's no Blythe here. Good. I saw a Charlie Kirk video this morning where like a 70-year-old man showed up to one of his little booths, you know, where he's trying to talk to people and challenged him to a fist fight. And I'm just like, that's pretty much where these fucking Democrats are at with it, dude. They just want to fight us. And honestly, I'm here for it. If you're a Democrat and you want to get your ass kicked, come on with it. I'll kick your ass. You know, if you think you can take some fucking Trump supporter, pull up. We can roll around in the yard. I'm pretty sure I've got a crazy as fuck old man down the street that would do the same thing too. It's like I'll have to run away so I don't beat his ass because he's so old. I'll end up in fucking jail. Probably because he wanted to get his ass kicked so that he could say Charlie Kirk's a mean guy. And then they'd say, look at these MAGA Trump supporters and how bad they are. You know, they're the most extreme thing in the country right now. The number one threat to society is evil white men. Meanwhile, I'm watching videos of mass shootings that happen and the comments are turned off and you can't fucking hear about it on the mainstream media or anything because no one's going to talk about it. Like 12 days ago, there was a shooting at an apartment complex in like fucking Cleveland or some shit where it was like four teenagers with AR-15s just having it out Call of Duty style in the parking lot of this apartment complex, and they killed 3 people, you know. And it's like, for all intents and purposes, this was a mass shooting. And I think had it been carried out by 3 dudes that looked like me, it would be fucking all over the news.
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck.
But it was carried out by 3 dudes whose faces were blurred out in the news report. Like, have you guys noticed that a lot lately? Like, if the race of the perpetrator of the crime is a certain race, they don't show the face. It's weird. And it's like they don't know shit either, dude. They don't know shit about anybody that does anything on the Democrat side. They can do whatever they fucking want. Like, I'm getting really tired of seeing that. Democrats just getting to do pretty much whatever they want in terms of crime.
I must apologize.
And they're calling for crazy amounts of violence, too, you know? It's like, I see them constantly, you know, promoting the idea of certain people getting shot and all this shit. And I'm just like, you know, where do you think that's going to end? Like, let's just, you know, have a thought experiment here. And imagine that, you know, one of you loony fucking tunes managed to pull that off. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, it would be nice if California would just snap off into the ocean, and then they can have it. They can have California, and that's the island that we'll send all the rest of the Democrats to, you know, and then they can sit out there talking about tax the rich while they vote for the rich and fucking all the other stupid shit that they do. Like AOC and Bernie Sanders flying around the country in a private jet, spending $15,000 an hour to fly around the country and tell everybody that they're fighting the oligarchy. Bitch, you are the oligarchy. When AOC got fucking elected, she couldn't afford an apartment in DC because she was broke. She didn't have any money. But then here, like now, I'm pretty sure that chick's worth like $30 million. Like this was just a few years ago. You know, on a salary of like $200,000 over the course of like 4 years, she ends up with $30 million. You know, I'm sure she's not taking money from people that you know have our worst interest in mind. But actually, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what all the Democrats have been doing our whole fucking life. They take money from foreign interest groups, foreign governments. Like, imagine being a Democrat, dude. You have to fucking think that men should be allowed to just beat the shit out of women in sports, that MS-13 gang members are upstanding fucking citizens, pretty much father of the year. Like, you pretty much just have to be completely fucking backwards in everything. It's like you don't have to ask a Democrat what they believe because you just already know without even fucking wondering. Because it's going to be the stupidest shit that anyone could possibly believe is what they're going to believe. Yeah, that's all Bernie Sanders has been doing his whole career. He's spent like 30 or 40 years in the government promising younger people that he was going to fight the power and make sure that they have enough money in their wallets. And throughout the entire time that man has been in office, everything in this country has gotten worse. Like our quality of life, the amount of money it seems like we're making, et cetera, et cetera. Everything has gotten worse while these fuckfaces have been in office. And then they're going to sit there, like in 2016, Bernie Sanders was front runner for the DNC. Most Democrats wanted Bernie Sanders to be the nominee. But Hillary Clinton and the DNC told Bernie Sanders that he needed to step aside and let her fucking have it. And so he did. And so all the hubbub that he said and all the bullshit about, oh, I'm going to change things for the better and blah, blah, blah. No, you're not. You're a liar. And then guess what? He did the same fucking thing in 2020. He did the same thing last year. He's probably going to do it again in 28. I don't know how this man's still alive. Like, and he suckers all these idiot fucks every time. They're like, oh, yeah, Bernie's going to get in there and he's going to implement socialism and it's going to be great. And it's like, first of all, it wouldn't be great. And second of all, he's not ever going to actually get in because he doesn't want to be elected. Like, it's all the projection, you know. They said this shit about Trump when Trump was running for office. They said that he didn't actually want to be president and that it was all just a joke, you know. And that's really what it is with a lot of these fucking grifting ass Democrats. And probably a few Republicans too, you know. There's probably a few on our side. Or I wouldn't even say, you know, I don't even like to claim Republicans necessarily, because when I think of Republicans, I think of like George W. Bush and a few of the older Republicans, you know, and I want to get past that name in general. Like, it's fucking MAGA, dude. And the old Republican Party is dead because we got rid of most of the career politicians, most of the scumbags, and it's all about populism. It's all about the United States of America. And if you're not a candidate of the or a member of the U.S. government whose number one interest is the U.S., then you have no business in our government. At least that's the way we think. And, you know, as long as the majority of us think that, then that's the way it's going to freaking be. And I think most countries are getting that way. Like, the shit going on in the UK is only going to go on so long before people are actually out in the fucking streets and just done with it, you know. I think Western society is being forced into a corner and forced to make certain decisions here. Like, there are certain things in our society that we tolerate, and it leads to a lot of fucking death and destruction and chaos. And why? Why do we tolerate it? Why do we?
Buying or selling?
Yeah, Bernie's trying to push AOC because she's the next generation. She will carry that mantle and do his bidding, or, you know, she'll basically just run with his fucking grift for the rest of her career as well. And, you know, she might actually get in. I wouldn't be surprised if she did get elected. I think the mainstream media and the Democrats are going to sit here and hyperventilate and fucking gaslight everything that happens for the next 4 years. And by the time it's all said and done, who knows what the opinion of the public will be. And I think that they like to lie to us about the public opinion. You know, we're told, oh, this many people feel a certain way, and I think, you know, they're able to skew the numbers in a lot of different ways, like they did with the 2020 election. I still, to this day, I don't give a rosy red fuck what anyone says. They stole the 2020 election. I'll believe that till the day I die. You can't convince me otherwise, because the fucking mail-in ballots and all that other crazy bullshit, there's no way. Yeah, I gotta go deck this first. Sometimes I think we need someone like her to run us right into the ground. They think Trump is doing that now as we are soaring. Let her have it and we can all suffer. I can survive. I know I will. I know they can't. I think that's what we went through with Biden. You know, it's like I said, they stole the 2020 election, and that sucked because we had to live through 4 years of a dementia clown that didn't even know where he fucking was most of the time, just running this country into the ground. But a lot of people needed to see that. Had Trump got in and stayed in for 8 years straight, by now the lying from the media and the bullshit would have been so intense that I think a lot of even Trump's core base probably would have started to hate him, just because, like, it chips away at you, even though you know it's not true. It's like so many people believe it, like more and more weak-minded people will start to go along with it. Like, I probably wouldn't, but a lot of people will, you know, and it's just, well, yeah, and they lied about whether or not he was even deteriorating, right? Like, fucking Elizabeth Warren on fucking some podcast the other day being asked straight up, did you not notice Biden's decline? And she's just like, nope, didn't notice it. And it's like, you're so full of shit. Like, if even watching him from like 2020 before he ran for office, just talking in speeches and stuff to when he got inaugurated, he had changed in that 1 year. And then over the course of his presidency, I mean, my God, he's calling on people that were he's going to ceremonies where they're honoring a person that died and calling on that person to come up to the podium at that ceremony. Like, dude. Yeah, and they all fucking knew. Like, it used to piss me off so bad to watch the press conferences every day where Karine Jean-Pierre would stand there and just lie. Just lie constantly. And when a reporter asked her a question, she had this big binder full of fucking answers. And it's like she would listen for a key word in the question. It wouldn't even really be the question, but she would just hear a key word within the question. She'd find the answer that fit that key word in her binder, and then she'd read it. She had no, like, actual thoughts being processed, no fucking information being delivered. Like, most of the time, the answers she was giving were out of context for the question that was being asked. And that's just what we had to deal with for years. Years. It's like I saw a meme the other day where it was a picture of a crossroads with a guy standing there deciding which way to go, and it says, "Which way, Western Dad?" And at the top left, it shows Gary Plauché or whatever, the guy who smoked that dude that molested his kid. Like the guy that shot the guy in the airport, and the cops are like, "Gary, why?" You got Gary, and then you got fucking Austin Metcalf's fucking dad, who's basically just making fucking excuses and being a bitch about it. Like, I don't care, dude. If somebody stabs and kills one of my kids, I will go kill that person. I don't care what their race is. I don't care who their family is or what their connections are. That's it. At this point in my life, I have lived plenty long enough. I've done a lot of things. I'm very comfortable with the idea of dying. I'm just being 100% real. I could die right now, and in my last moments as I was laying there fucking dying, I would think, that'll do. That'll do. Like, I'm good. So I don't know. I would not be the one to be fucking with. I feel bad for that guy, honestly, because I think he's probably just living in a place where, you know, he knows that if he does it, it's like game over for his whole family. But I think I'd still do it anyway, dude. I'd be like, sorry, guys, we're going to war. It's crazy, dude. Like, I watch Nick Shirley. He goes out and covers some of these protests and stuff that are happening lately. And the rhetoric and the want for violence from these people. It's getting pretty crazy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this summer here will be worse than 2020. Well, yeah, they do want us all to fight each other. And it's getting to the point where I really want to fight them. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't see their minds being changed at all. And if they're going to come at us with violence, then I don't know what else to do, you know? I feel like I'm going to have to match that. Like, I'm not going to be a bitch. I'm not going to lay down and take it. And there's no way they could expect that either. They'd have to be fucking absolutely nuts to think we're going to just sit back and let them fucking riot and do a bunch of crazy shit and fucking attack a bunch of Trump supporters and shit. Which they are doing it, but there has to be pushback, dude. There has to be people getting knocked the fuck out. And that's the limit to it, I think. No one needs to die, but some of these people really need a punch in the face, dude. Like they've never had it. Yeah, I agree. Even I need a good punch in the face every once in a while. You know, I get a bad attitude or have a stupid idea. I believe in a saying, it's pain retains. Like when pain is associated with a lesson, or when a lesson is associated with pain, you tend to remember the lesson a lot more. We could just, yeah, we just need a fight club where we can hold a motherfucker down and just beat the information into him. I think that would be, I mean, I don't know, a lot of people would get hurt, maybe too bad, but yeah, you might be right, Lewis. You might be onto something there. You know, the point of Fight Club was that it was like a really like a bonding thing, you know, and it's like you're discovering things about yourself, basically. It's just that, you know, in the book or in the movie or whatever, the main character, he ends up taking it too far with the whole Project Mayhem thing. But if it was just limited to fight clubs, like, it probably wouldn't be so bad. I don't think there should even be a refusal. I think you should have to get at least hit one time by the person, just so you understand what you're dealing with. Just so there's an actual respect there. Like, that's how it is for young boys, young men. You know, when you're growing up, it's like a lot of younger men or boys, I guess, will think that they can beat up somebody, and they'll be fucking with somebody that's like twice their size because they've just never been in a fight, you know. They're running their fucking mouth in ways that their body can't keep up with, and it's you know, if they just were to get smacked one good time, they would understand, like, hey, you know, I can't do that. Like, I think the school bully needs to get his ass kicked. And the kid that stands up to the bully and kicks the bully's ass really needs that as well. They need that confidence boost. And like I said, the bully needs to get knocked the fuck out so that they'll stop being a bully. And you know what's usually the case with bullies? They're getting bullied by their parents or somebody in their life, and when a bully gets in trouble at school, you know, because they get in a fight, then the parents get involved, and that's honestly what has to happen, right? Because then the teachers and hopefully whoever can figure out what's really going on with these kids, because yeah, I mean, for me growing up, my dad, every time my brother and I would even get into like a slight argument about some shit, he would just be like, outside, you're having to go around, and then we'd have to fist fight each other. And it happened a lot, you know, and I didn't like that. I didn't like to hurt my brother, and I didn't want to have to fight. You know, I didn't think my brother was going to beat me up. I wasn't worried about that. I would just be upset that I would have to hit my brother because I didn't want to do that. And my dad would pretty much make us, you know, and so that sucked, and I hated that, you know, growing up, like, really bad. But it got to a point with my sons, and I have my son, Tyler, and then my stepson, Kale. And, you know, Kale is a very vertically challenged individual. You know, I wouldn't say very, but he's fairly short. And then Tyler is like 6 foot tall, and you know, they've always kind of had that difference of height. And you know, I wanted Kale to understand that he couldn't be running his fucking mouth to a guy twice his size, and I also wanted Tyler to stick up for himself. And you know, for a combination of things, it's like before you ever get into an actual fight, you don't really know what you're gonna do, you know, and you also hesitate to fight, and I think that's a problem. Like, there's gonna be times where you need to fight, and you can't hesitate to fight, and that means you have to fight at least once in your life. And so I made them fight. Like, this was 10 years ago probably or more, but I made them fight basically. And I don't know, Kale thought he was gonna whip Tyler's ass, and you know, they both didn't know how to fight worth a shit, and they basically really didn't. But I'd say they both, you know, hit each other a couple of times, and then that was pretty much that, and they stopped. And you know, I didn't make them just keep fighting like I would have had to, thank God. But it was, you know, for me it was like I wanted them to like get over the fear of fighting and also learn the lessons that I had talked about earlier about, you know, not messing with people twice your size and sticking up for yourself and stuff. So I mean, it was a really controlled environment, you know, and they didn't hurt each other like at all. Well, exactly, Blaze. And, you know, if Carmelo Anthony was getting bullied to the point where he decided to bring a knife capable of killing somebody to school, then it's obvious that, to me, that, you know, he just needed to be able to stand up to the bully. And here's the thing with that whole bully fucking excuse. They didn't go to the same schools. Like, they didn't know each other. That's all an excuse, basically, on their side. Like, that they're saying that Austin Metcalf was bullying him. That's not true. But what I'm saying is that if Carmelo was being bullied, then there needed to be a point in his life somewhere where he stood up to the bully, you know. It's like this one guy, I saw this video where this one guy was saying it never should have came to the point where he was bringing a knife to school, because, you know, you should be talking to your parents, talking to your teachers if somebody's bothering you, and you know, it would never come to that. It's like I've said though too, you know, imagine if you were at the beach with your wife and your kid, and you set up a little beach umbrella, and then some random dude just comes and sits under the beach umbrella with you, and you tell him to leave. And he's got a backpack, and he says, "Touch me and see what happens." And then you get up, and you say, "Hey, buddy, I'm serious. Get the fuck out of here." And then he pulls out a knife and stabs you. Like, that's, to me, what happened. This was at a track meet. You know, it was fucking... I think they were at Austin Metcalf's school. So Carmelo was just, you know, coming to that school to participate in the track meet. And then it was raining, so they had set up like a pop-up tent thing. And the one team was sitting under their pop-up tent, and this kid that wasn't on their team come over and sat under their tent with them. And you know that if he probably, I don't know if he asked to sit with them or what, but, you know, maybe it could have went different in that regard. I don't know. But either way, he was asked to fucking leave, and he basically just got an attitude and was like, touch me and see what happens. And I think I see this attitude a lot, you know, among a certain group of people who think that they have some sort of privilege. I mean, my God, I'm fucking seeing songs with that title. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a bad deal. There's video of it too. That's the other thing that's fucked up. Like, where's the video of it? You know? They want to make all these comparisons to Kyle Rittenhouse and shit. Well, I watched the Kyle Rittenhouse incident happen live. I actually witnessed that on a live stream. You know, and since there's video of this stabbing, I think it should be released to the public. Let us see for ourselves how it went down. But hey, you guys, Callie's home for lunch. I'm gonna shut her down, like I said. Get ready for some IRL shit. I'm gonna be cutting metal and stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Take it easy, Blaze, Lewis, Frosty, Pete. Yeah. See you guys later.